Beyond the Winning Post is brought to you by our stable of sponsors. Enzo Di Leoni has been the equine manager at Te Akau Stud for the past 3 years. We caught up with him to learn more. What are we up to today, Enzo?
Today, Emily, is quite interesting because it's the time of the year that foal handling and breaking in overlap for us. So at the moment we got a nice Al-Mansur colt here that hopefully he will let me get on him.
Yeah.
And we also have his mum.
His mum, okay.
Here, and his younger sister, that we brought them in so we can give him a little bit of a handle.
How did you end up working here at Te Akau Stud?
I just applied for the job.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I applied for the job 2 years ago, 2 years before I started, and I failed. So I went out and I got more qualified, and I applied for the job again. And I thought that it would suit me well because I grew up in a bit of a farm like this one.
Yep.
Big farm, a little bit isolated, and been here for 3 years, and it's just amazing.
Yeah. Enzo, tell me a little bit about your background.
I was born in Uruguay. For people that don't know, Uruguay is a very little country, smack in the middle between Argentina and Brazil. We are about the size of the North Island, so it's quite small, farming country. My family, they're all in medicine, but I wasn't really cut up for that. I found myself spending a lot of time in some family friends' farm. Huge rodeo family, very famous back where I come from. So I just loved it. We had a couple of thoroughbreds. The only thing I wanted to do growing up was ride at the rodeos. So I gave it a crack when I was 16.
Yeah.
I got a permit. I got a couple of prizes here and there. Rode as an amateur for 4 years. A little bit less than that. I turned professional on my 18th birthday. And I won the championship the year after, the youngest one yet. So that was kind of cool. We got here a couple of times, so decided to take some time off from riding. I said, oh, why not come to New Zealand?
Yeah.
And I came here, and I never looked back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 15 years ago. Yeah.
Are there any similarities between Uruguay and New Zealand?
Yes, mainly in the farming sector. Growing up in a farm and studying farming, you always look at New Zealand as the target. So how are they doing that we can do to do it better? So this is same mummy, same stallion, and we're gonna take it for a little bit of a workout.
Okay.
If you give me a hand, he might let me get on him.
Hopefully.
We are a small part of a really big operation, and we would like to think that we put our little 20 cents there.
Yeah.
And that'll help the horses keep that little bit extra, and we should lead them to win races.
Yeah.
Today's Monday here, and he spent the whole weekend eating this beautiful Te Akau grass and on a lot of Dunstan feed.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get him to stretch the legs a bit. Better to do it now than when I hop on him.
Is there a horse that you've worked with that's been particularly special over the years?
For the ones that I've done, it has to be Probable.
Yeah.
Funny enough, she didn't do much as a breaker. He was pretty basic. She was very much one of the lot. Very quiet, very chill, very professional. And I think that helped her become the good racehorse that she is today.
Yeah.
Funny enough, all those really good ones, they tend to fly under the radar because they do everything right, and they just do the job. So my job basically here is to break them in. You know, you educate them, but we do everything for that half a length. You know, when a young horse doesn't change strides on the stride, that's half a length. When a horse doesn't run straight, that's half a length. When a horse pulls really hard, that's another half a length. And in this business, half a length could be a lot of money.
Yeah.
So we try very, very hard to get the half a length. And people tend to forget that, but sometimes, especially in the early stage of the career, education can play a big part. All right.
Okay.
Okay, monkey.
Hold on.
I'll try my very best. So at this time, what I just focus on is just for them to be happy in carrying a person.
Yep.
You know, he's only been riding for a little bit. You want it nice on the bit, you want nice contact, you don't want them pulling, you don't want them off the bit either.
Yep.
And then we walk them a little bit to make sure always on the right leg. And then stop with cattle. One step backwards if you want to, and we're done. So I want you to see Jerry.
Yep.
And give him a cuddle. I'm pretty sure he'll be happy to see you. Steve here, his best human friend, exposed him rotten. He did a lot for us, this horse, and for racing in general.
Yep.
And he had the best life that we can offer to him.
Enzo, what do you consider to be your greatest accomplishment?
I always wanted to break a horse in that made it to the Caraca Million. So that was one, so having not one, but several, it's been quite cool. Having a horse that I did a lot of the early work with, standing a stud, like Cool as a View is gonna be, that's a big one as well. One particular pet interest of mine is getting young people involved into racing. I don't think we had enough. So it's been a bit of a goal of mine to each year train 2-3 young people, and hopefully they'll go out on and make their own career in racing.
Why should young people get involved in racing?
Because it's awesome. Look, I came to New Zealand with a backpack and nothing else, and because I could ride a horse, I just got a job, and then you get a job, and then you learn a new language, and then you meet new people, you learn new ways to do the same thing, and the horses are amazing. It's a beautiful creature, and the place is cool too. So I really want to encourage people that if they're thinking about it, to give it a crack. You know, it's not for everybody, but it is a beautiful lifestyle.